be able to get some connections. Let's see, is it Patricia? Can I see your face, Patricia? It's okay. Today, Monday. I just want to see. Where you from, Patricia?
High Point, North Carolina.
All right. And you saw it on Facebook?
Yes.
So yeah, we've been doing this for a couple of months, and then I did it a month and a half ago, and then I got such a good rapport. I say, let me do it again to get this information out, keep you guys up to date on what's going on in the industry. So this challenge is I just invite different experts on to share information from my curriculum textbook. Do any of you ladies have the book, the old curriculum textbook?
No.
Oh my God. That is your Bible.
Huh? I have it. I have that one in the workbook. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, in the workbook, right. So I'm revising that because it's about 9 years old now, but nothing gets old. It's just technology change, but certain things don't change. So, but it's, you know, a lot of new technology and different terminology that means the same thing. And so just to keep you up on it so you can share with your clients and be the expert in your area. Because if you're talking a different language than everybody else, instead of being me too, me too, me too, you got to be, you know, set yourself apart. And that all comes with your vocabulary. And so it's like, I don't care how good you can put them on and take them off and style them. Can you close that deal? Can you make sure that client know that you're the one for her to choose you? And that comes with that curriculum textbook. It's like going to college. You know, we all can do it, but do we have the theory? And which is so important is the theory. And so I have a dynamite expert coming on tonight that's going to really bless you, because you got to know what your options are for your clients to be able to pay for these cranial prostheses, especially when you're doing custom orders and even stock units. Even if it's a synthetic unit, it can be in the thousands of dollars. And you want your clients to have options. Everybody don't have that kind of savings account or a credit card, right? So you got to have options for them to work that out. So we're going to give everybody some time to get on, even our speaker, which she's working. So, but she will be on. I'm so glad you guys joined. Now that you filled out the paperwork, you will be in the database now. And whenever something's going on, you'll be notified. You guys did get the email, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, after you registered, you got the email. Okay, let me see where she is. We're on now, waiting for you. It started at 6 p.m. I know she's working.
Oh, I'm super late, huh?
No. You're in the East Coast, so you start at 7.
Oh, okay.
So Pacific time is 4, Central time is 6, and then Eastern time is 7. So no, we haven't started yet. Andrea, so good to see you, baby. You guys missed Andrea. She was one of our experts speaking. You know Andrea?
No, I'm just speaking.
Oh,
no,
okay.
ma'am, I'm just speaking.
Yeah, she waved at you. I said, okay, because you know she's out there now. She's an expert now. Went through all the training, bought all the books, and she's an educator in her own right. I mean, a dynamic expert. So proud of her to be my daughter. It's like, I'm like, yeah, everybody can't be using my name if you're around here messing up people's heads and taking their money. No. But yeah, so a lot of great input. So she spoke on, I think it was base materials.
Yes.
Base materials. But anyway, those replays are on YouTube and Facebook from the previous challenges that we did. And what this challenge is just me bringing different experts together that has had the book, worked from the book, service their clients from the book, look up anything they need to look up from the book, and they just shared their favorite chapter in the book. So we had one lady do consultations and interaction with your clients. We had base materials. We had prosthesis designs. And tonight we're gonna have Desiree say, make the VA your #1 client. She's a powerhouse. Desiree taught the last class I did, Ms. Chambers, when I did it in Dallas.
Yes, ma'am.
Desiree was one of the platform artists, one of the educators, expert on insurance in the VA. So she'll just be sharing some information with you guys. She is working today. Like Andrea was in a training while we was doing it, but they worked it out for Mama Gigi to get on. So I'm sure she's gonna get on at 6 o'clock now. And then I want to give more people time. It's good to have new faces on. So I want you guys to stay connected. And the book is right now pre-ordered. So pre-order in and you save $100 on that pre-order. And Andrea, the book is up to 500 pages.
Oh,
The last book is only 300 something. My publisher is going nuts, and it's like, oh my! I say, but I gotta get it in there. I gotta get it in there. And, yeah, that is powerful. And also, I had to get authorization from different contents companies, using their pictures. It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
So I had said June, July, like more like August, September, because I can't rush it.
Right.
Because it's got to be right. I can't release it. And okay, who is Amanda?
Happy Monday. How you all doing?
Happy Monday. How you pronounce your name?
Amanda.
Amanda. What state you from?
Atlanta.
All right, Atlanta's in the house. You guys from all over. I'm glad you're able to make it. I was just saying, you can go back on YouTube and Facebook and see the other challenges that we had a couple of months ago. We had Andrea, who's on tonight. She did base materials. Then we had a lady do prosthesis design, custom ordering, consultation, interacting with the clients. So what they're doing is going through the different chapters that's in the curriculum textbook.
Okay.
And which they have had this book for a couple of years, some up to 5 years. And I'm revising that book now. Is that you, Des? I think our expert is coming on. I think I see a D up there. But anyway, so that's what this challenge is about, is to bring you guys together, network, meet like-minded people that you can connect with, because it's lonely at the top. And not everybody trying to do it right. And you want to connect yourself with people that's doing it the right way and have integrity. That's what I'm all about. It's like, I've retired. I've been in the industry over 40 years. I've been in the beauty industry over 50 something years. I'm 70 something. I ain't gonna say that, 70 plus. And so but for you guys, you got to learn when to pivot in this industry. We behind the chair, you work your bodies down. I done had 2 back surgeries, so I don't want you guys to go through what I went through. I want you to know when to pivot. And then how do you pivot? You got to have other avenues, right? And still in your industry, start off as a cosmetologist, a barber, then you might start doing hair weaving or extensions, and then you move into trichology or hair replacement. Is that Des? Is Desiree on? Yeah, that's you, pretty girl. I didn't even recognize you. Hi, Debria, I see you. Okay, our expert is on. I'll talk to you guys more after because her time is tight. She has a client. She's still working, but she took this time to share with you guys. So welcome to the Non-Surgical Hair Replacement Challenge. Our expert today is Desiree Lust, and I'm telling you, a powerhouse, expert in her own right. She trained for me before in my last hands-on training I did in Dallas, but she's had the curriculum textbook. She teaches non-surgical hair replacement. She has a training center. She has a cosmetology school. I mean, this lady got it going on. And she teaches how to make the VA insurance your number one client, which I was just talking to you guys about that. So we're going to hold all the questions to the end because I'm not going to hold her up. And Desiree, and I told them it's about what's in the textbook, what's in this curriculum textbook. And you guys saw her video, her book is all mangled up. Like she said, I need a new one. She don't even have a cover anymore, but she used that book. And the information that she's sharing with you guys is in the book. And so afterwards, I'll tell you what's all going to be in the new revised version of the book, but I don't want to hold Desiree up. I see you, Crystal. So Desiree, I'm going to give you the floor and let her flow, guys. Make sure everybody stay on mute. Please stay on mute so you can hear her. And then at the end, we'll talk more. So Desiree, talk about the chapter that you're talking about tonight and some of the other chapters that you have your students to study before taking your classes.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Gigi. Thank you for literally everything. So I love the fact that anytime I call Gigi, she answers. If she doesn't answer, she literally gets back to me when the same day. So you guys are in absolutely great hands. I'm so happy that our courses and just everything that we're doing in a non-surgical hair replacement business just came into fruition with each other. So thank you so much for that. I want to thank everyone for being on the call today and taking time out your busy schedule. We are all in different places, I'm sure. So I'm located in Houston. However, I'm in California right now. So navigating the different time frames is definitely a challenge.
Oh, I forgot
but it's
about
very,
that.
very,
I forgot you was in California. Okay.
Yes, and it's very important because once you come into this business, you're going to work with people all over because guess what? They can't find you in your hometown because you may not be doing this yet. So there's a lot of times where I'm having to travel. Insurance companies are reaching out to me. Different VA hospitals are reaching out to me because there's just literally no one in their area doing this, okay? Or at least putting the information out there like this. So I'm always so grateful for Gigi. And I know I don't know you guys yet, but I'm so grateful that you were at the right place at the right time. So
yes.
So let's get into it. One thing I will say about Gigi's, well, not one thing, a couple of things I would say about Gigi book is I'm the type of person that likes to work in systems. So systems stands for, and I hate the way they do this acronym, but anywho, system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And that's when I think about Gigi's book, that's exactly what I think about. You can spend, like I did, right? From 2016 to 2018, and you can literally be busy doing nothing. You can be crying because you feel like you're passing out flyers and you get nowhere, or clients are happy when they're in your chair and then they're walking, less than 7 days later, they're complaining about something not fitting, or you missed this, or you didn't add this, all sorts of things, right? You can continue to work in chaos, but you're going to be doing it alone. So I love the fact that, like I said earlier, that Gigi is always there when you need it. But the fact that I know that I can go to different chapters of the book and the information is going to be right there. If I'm looking for a new way to do a molding technique or fitting or sizing technique for my client, I can go to that chapter. So I love the fact that, we hear book and we think like, I'm not trying to go back to school, but it's the simple fact that I literally can go to the, what do they call it? The
table of contents.
The table of contents. I literally can go to the, I'm so used to invoice. I'm like the itemized, the items. But I literally can go to the contents, and whatever chapter I'm looking for is there. I mean, I had a lady the other day, and she was like, Filipino hair, and I want finish ends, and I want this, and I want that. And like I said, I've been licensed since 2011, but working in the non-surgical hair replacement space since 2016. And I was like, Filipino hair. Okay, because you hear Brazilian, you hear Malaysian, you hear Indian, you hear Vietnamese, you hear Cambodian, and you do as a style. If you're, a great stylist, you do the research on all these things, because raw Indian hair is going to react a completely different way than raw Vietnamese hair. So then she hit me with Filipino hair, and I'm just like, okay, back to the drawing board. And so I absolutely do love that chapter where Gigi breaks down the different types of hair. Like the book goes way more than just cranial prostheses. I mean, y'all, she's showing y'all some stuff from the 90s, okay?
Yes.
Before I was born and before some other people was born, okay?
Yes.
And I don't know how much of her story she has told you, but you know, being able to have those relationships with the different vendors and suppliers, taking those trips out the country just for that, you know, that shows how much she puts into it. And from a personal experience, I can say that when you have a relationship with a supplier, especially with a supplier that's overseas, they're going to do everything to keep your business. So just being able to have that direct connect, to have that education about the hair and the base design that you're creating, that's literally going to take your business so far, and it's going to show that you're educated, right?
Yes.
You're going to be able to start your business or grow your business if you're already a non-surgical hair replacement specialist, but you're going to be able to like style with confidence. Like you're going to feel so confident that anybody comes to your seat, that you're going to have that client retention. They're going to spread the word for you. The best marketing is still word of mouth. So you're going to just be so confident that you know what you're talking about. There's nothing like operating in the blind. People asking you questions and you're making up fluff, and it's just not cool, you know. And I'm not ashamed to say that 2016 to 2018, I was definitely self-taught in a lot of areas. Definitely wish I knew Gigi back in 2016 to 2018, but I was not profitable. You know, I was not profitable for the first 2 years of business, just from literally not knowing, and from everyone in that space being so secretive, you know what I mean?
They
Or
didn't know either.
Yes. Or just, you know, there were some classes that I might have wanted to take, but no, I didn't have $5,000 at that time. No, I didn't have, the different prices, that because the prices get up there. I saw something the other day, it said like 7,500. I talked to another company the other day, and they were like 20,000 to get the name and all this kind of stuff, you know. And I was just like, man, that's I'm sure it's worth it, you know, or it may not be, but that's just a lot of money, and everyone just doesn't have it. So the fact that you have a book and you get to keep it forever is truly, truly amazing. And like I said, you know, when I'm in Houston and when I'm in my office, I have no problem being in front of my client and pulling it out, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that that piece that I'm giving them is exactly what they want. And then sometimes when you can show a person, because I can sit back all day and say, okay, well, a true custom cranial prosthesis is going to take 3 to 4 months to come in, right? And I can say that, but if your client has never heard this terminology before, or don't know the reason behind it, then they're going to feel like you don't know what you're talking about, because everything that they get in today's world is Amazon Prime in 2 days, loveme.com in 5 days, not understanding that, yes, those things look beautiful the first time you put it on, but no, it's not going to last for a year or 2 years or any time after that, you know. So there's a lot of education that we have to do to train our clients to stop looking at Instagram. And like, we're not saying that they can't have that same style. We're not saying they can't have the baby hair, they can't have the curls and the shine. But what we're saying is we're trying to give you a custom, unique hairpiece with the medical grade, hypoallergenic to your head, that's not going to break you out and cause further irritation. But a custom piece cannot come in 48 hours. You know what I mean? So when you're able to show them that you're not just talking out the side of your neck, you have that book, you have the education to go along with it. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to literally go through her entire site, but the kits and everything is there. You know, it's something that I also order for my students. Hair density rings, Everybody, make sure you're on mute
Yes,
for me.
Mhm.
Thank you. But yeah, hair density rings, your curl rings, um, pretty much everything you need. She literally has it on her website. And so it makes it that much easier for you to be able to smoothly handle your business. And what I mean by that is when your client is coming in for consultation, 30 minutes, you should be done with that consultation. Maybe an hour, because you may have someone that want to that's a little bit more long-winded and want to show you things and this, this in the third. But for the most part, your consultation should be smooth. You should walk out of your office or off of the Zoom meeting you have with your out-of-town client knowing exactly what you're going to give her. And the same thing, your client should be able to get off of Zoom or walk out of your office and not be confused. Know exactly what you're getting and be excited about it.
Yes.
That's one thing that I enjoy. I've seen a very big difference in my income. I've seen a very big difference in my clients' reactions to the pieces that they are getting as well. I had one today text me. She was blowing me up, y'all. She was like, okay. She was like, oh my God, he says it'll be here June 17. I can't wait. She was literally texting me every day. And it's really sad, some of the things that they go through just behind losing their hair. So before it arrived to her, she refused to leave the house. And that's not really from I'm a therapist. I'm a licensed clinical social worker by degree. And, that's just not a quality of life that she literally was saying, okay, I cannot leave the home until my hairpiece come in. And so knowing that goes back to the consultation, knowing that, no, I did not make her wait 3 to 4 months for a custom piece to come in. But I worked with her. There were some curls that she was wanting. There were some different things that she was wanting. And I said, okay, if we go with that, then it's going to take 3 to 4 months to come in. But if we go with, she gave me another idea. Oh, can we do straight hair with bangs, 20 inches and some brown highlights, all of those things. Okay, I still can get you a really high quality hair system in within 30 days with that. So it's about, it's about knowing your client. It's about doing those consultations. Something that I was not doing before I met Gigi was I was not charging for my consultations. And so that was something like Gigi does not play about her bottom line. Okay. She does not play about it. Right. Again, that just comes with confidence. That just comes with education and knowing your worth. As a stylist, it's such a long word, as a non-surgical hair replacement specialist.
Yes.
But yeah, that comes with proper mentorship. You don't feel that confident about your business or about yourself when you're the only one in your area doing it or that you know of doing it, So when you get in this space and you get to meet a Gigi, you get to meet me, you get to meet so many other people. I made a lot of connections through Gigi as well. But when you get into a space and you're around other people and everybody is collaborating to get to the top, not competing to get to the top, then you start feeling a little bit more confident because we're also sharing some of the same issues that we may run across. We're also being able to bounce off of, ideas or different cranial prostheses designs with one another. So yeah, again, that was something that I wasn't doing before. Now for my consultations, I charge $100. The insurance cover that, the VA hospital cover that. Then on top of that, I think maybe before Gigi, I was doing about $1,500 to $2,000 for one cranial prosthesis. And now I do anywhere from $3,000 to about $4,500 on my cranial prostheses. And so that tremendously took my business completely to the next level. So I went from, not scratching the surface of six figures to last year I was blessed to bring in $241,000 just on cranial prostheses.
Yes, y'all listen to her now. Did you hear that number? And you all
and I
can
talk
do
fast, so let me know if I need to stop or
good.
anything like that. But the reason why I bring that up, how much do you recommend the consultations? Yeah, I mean, for me, I typically do $100 consultations, but I'm also working with insurance in the VA hospital. Now, if it's someone that, thank you. If it's someone that maybe they're not going to use their insurance, or they're not going to use the VA hospital, then you could still do 100 or whatever you want to do. Another one of Gigi's students, Bill Cole, I think he may do over like $200 or something for his consultations. I
Yeah,
don't.
but what you do is with that consultation fee, when they purchase the
Right.
cranial prosthesis or the hairpiece, it's reversed back into the hairpiece. So
Right. Yeah,
that way
that's
you
exactly what I was
guarantee.
getting ready to say.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, you definitely can put it in to where it goes. If they decide to purchase, like she said, decide to purchase it, then that's $100 off, or $200 off, or $50 off. For me, my office is 40 minutes away from where I stay. So in order to get me to come up there,
Yes.
we have to really be talking, because I live in Houston. I drive a G-Wagon, and gas is not cheap for my car. And being in traffic for over 40 minutes, and depending on how bad it is, to about 50 minutes, I am not coming up there for $25. I'm just
Right.
not doing it.
Or a no-show.
Or
Right.
a no-show.
Right.
So you definitely have to make it make sense. When I was 7 minutes from my office, no problem. But yeah, no.
Right. Just like doctors, you have to value
You
yourself.
do.
Your time is money. They pay the doctors for no show. And all that do is guarantee that they're serious.
Right.
Yes.
That they're serious about that.
Right.
Mhm.
And I noticed too, I will say that was a big change in my business, is when so again, by degree, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I was the director of one of the second largest psychiatric hospitals in Houston. And so when I started making my business into my own private practice, my own medical facility, I literally saw a huge change. A huge change in me professionally, the way I said things. Gigi is real big on that. If you say wig, she'll get on you. If you say glue, she's gonna get on you. So, you know what I mean? When I started, speaking more of a medical terminology and different things like that, it also helped me to train my clients to see the difference as well. So just like she said, yeah, you pay the doctors for their co-pays and stuff like that. Well, now that you're in this space, we're all running a medical practice. And every time that client hits your chair, it needs to be some type of experience. So if they're just walking in, if they are just walking in and it's just like any old other beauty salon, then why do they need to pay $3,000 with you, or $1,500, or even $100 with you? But
Right.
if you're taking them to a room, or if you're scheduling them and nobody else is going to be there, and I'm saying it because they have, they lost their hair, so they don't want to be in a room full of people. You know what I mean? So if you're taking that special care with them, just as if you were going through a serious condition and you were meeting with the doctor, you know what I mean? You would expect your doctor to look professional, right? You wouldn't expect your doctor to have on Crocs, or to smell like they just got done smoking, or, all those kind of things that we see from day to day, So if you start, treating your business just as a hospital would, same thing as a director. I ain't gonna give y'all too many medical tips, but as the director of admissions, one of the things was I worked really closely with the business development team. And so they would print out a list and give it to my department, like, follow up with these people. I know we want to think of hospitals as someone that take care of you and stuff like that. And yes, hospitals do take care of you, but there's also a business side to every single thing. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a business side to every single thing. And I ain't gonna get too deep into it, because I have my thoughts about when people say they don't want to pay tithes and stuff like that at church. A business is a business.
Yes.
I don't care if it's a church. I don't care if it's a hospital.
Right. It's
Right.
It's a business. And a lot of people don't understand that, So as business owners on this call, structuring your business just like a hospital. So one of the things that we had to do, my department, the admissions department, that we had to do was, if there was someone who left an inquiry on the website or gave us a call, because anytime somebody called, we have to put it into the system. So if there was someone in the system, but they never showed up for an admission, we had to call them within 7 days. Once someone discharged from the hospital, no longer my department, at discharge, they switch over to discharge planning, but still you had 7-day follow-up calls. The other day, I woke up one morning and I was just like, hold on, what's going on? And I was like, you know what? I like my to-do, like there wasn't anything on my to-do list. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've been in business for over 8 years. There's always something on the to-do list. So I was like, you know what? Because if there's nothing on the to-do list, that means no money is coming in. So I literally woke up and I went through my email. I have like 800 subscribers. Should be more than that, but I sent the email blast out. I went to my little form I have. It was like 172 people on that. And literally people from like 2023, I literally sent everybody an email, because I don't care if you heard the information back in 2023, it's now 2025. I don't care if you heard the information in January, it's now 2025. It's now June of 2025. And so I just said to myself, like, wow, there is so much money in the follow-up and people don't do it, and Gigi will tell you, you know what I mean? If you just listen to her, if you just, you know what I mean? Listen to some of the things. Gigi have boxes full of leads. She have boxes full of names from like the 90s. When we met and I was an educator for her platform, the majority of the people that was in there were people that she had been working with for years, and
kept
something that
database.
So if you're having any type of conversation with anybody about your business, you need to make sure that you're plugging that information in somewhere, because you need to lock them in and they need to keep seeing you. Statistically speaking, it takes 7 times to expose someone. And there is a lot of, women on this call. Just imagine how many times you had to look at that purse, or you had to, you know what I mean? Just imagine how many times you had to look at something before you made the decision to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to purchase it. So that's just some little tidbits for y'all. I definitely hope that you guys got it. I'm going to talk a little bit about my course, but for the most part, I really am grateful for being on this call with you guys. And I really wanted to just get on here. Gigi, any opportunity I get, I give her flowers. And I'm not afraid to say the things that I learned from her. Sometimes Gigi, she just talk and maybe she don't know that you're actually picking it up. But I'm like, okay, she have leads from, okay, well, let me go back through all the students I done taught. Let me put me a Excel sheet together and make sure I always have them. But she is a wealth of knowledge, guys. And like I said, that book, it has truly put all the pieces together for my business. Like I said, I was doing great, but it has literally been a blessing since I have met her. And not just her, meeting Bill Cole, meeting Stephen Daniels, meeting so many people that she has worked with. And we all are just sponges when we are around each other, I don't know if it's a age thing or a maturity thing to where you just get to a point where you're like, look, I'm tired of being secretive. I'm tired of gatekeeping. I'm tired of competing. What and I'm going to tell you what I know, honey, so we can get to the next level,
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, it may just come with a little bit of maturity in your business, So again, my name is Desiree. I'm the owner of DivineBeautyBoard.com. A lot of people spell it wrong for some reason. So it's DIVINE, beautyboard.com. And so in addition to Gigi's book, what I do is I teach you how to accept insurance and veteran benefits for cranial prostheses. The reason why her book is important, because again, when I was out there on my own, I was teaching people how to accept insurance and veteran benefits. But guess what people were doing? And I'm a woman of integrity. And what people were doing was charging that $3,000, but they were not giving the client a true cranial prosthesis. You know, they were ordering things from Amazon, ordering things from AliExpress and all these other places. And they were charging, you know, they were overcharging insurance companies and the government. And I was not okay with that. Right.
Right.
And so I didn't get upset at them, because if you don't know, you just simply don't know. But then I took it, and that's when I started offering the book. I'm like, hey, get this book, because it's going to break down the cranial prostheses for you, the different designs, the different types of hair loss, the different hair material, the different cranial prostheses material, how you send it off, how you get it exact fit every single time for your clients, the different curl patterns, because when you're working with the different suppliers, it's not body wave, loose wave, and deep curly. No, it's 20 mm, 6 mm,
Right.
10 mm. It gets so
Terminology.
crazy. But yeah, so it's a lot of education that's involved. And like I said, I would never want my students charging something but not giving what they said that they're going to give. So that's when you get into fraud, you know. And so now all of my students, we're on board. You know, Gigi students know me, my students know her, and they're doing the right thing, you know, because it's such a rewarding experience, and the profit margin is there that you're going to get benefited by simply doing the right thing. So there's no need to cut corners and, you know, just do some dishonest things. So again, yeah. So again, you know, learning how to accept insurance and veteran benefits, it literally makes sense once you have that knowledge about cranial prostheses. Because what happens is, when you start billing that $3,000 and that $4,500, you're going into another threshold. Okay. And when that happens, sometimes there's more information or more advocacy that you may have to do on your client's behalf. So when they tell you to break down that cranial prostheses and you don't know how much to charge for the base design, you don't know how much to charge for the human hair, you know, you don't know how to break down that invoice, it's because you don't have the foundation work. So it's truly, truly important to have that foundation work so that you can really advocate for your client, you know. So when they say, well, why did you charge one price for, you know, Miss Sophia and you didn't charge that price for Miss Seeley? You know, y'all know you know, why you didn't charge, you know, their price for Sophia versus the price that you charge for Seeley. You know, you have to be able to, you know, be confident and respond to that. You can't get scared and say, oh, I'll make it the same price. Because then they're like, no, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you a question. You know, why is this price different? Then that's when you can say, well, I use this for Miss Sophia because she has alopecia totalis, and I use this for, you know, Seeley because she has CCA. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then you can, then it all makes sense. So it's one of those things where you definitely need both of them. You can't really have one without the other. Some people try to do it, but they literally always come back and say, okay, let me purchase the book, or okay, I purchased the book, now I'm ready to take the insurance piece of it. Okay. So even if you know, do one or the other, you know, that's cool, but just make it a goal for you to get both of them, because you truly do need both of them. So again, I want to, you know, open the floor up if anyone have like any questions, or if Gigi have any questions or anything that she wants me to speak on. But for my course, it is divinebeautybar.com. And then once you click on the 3 bars at the top, you select cranial prostheses and insurance, and then it'll take you to the training. And I did extend it. I had special pricing until June 16. And so I was like, shoot, so I'm doing this Zoom today. And if I open it up for one person, then I need to open it up for everybody. So I did extend it until the 23rd for you guys, if anyone decide that they want to make the insurance and government their number one client.
Yes, because Desiree have definitely made it her number one client. I think almost 99% of her clients is through the VA, right? But it's a protocol, it's understanding how you work with the VA, what you need to provide to the VA, how do you take care of that client, how do you break down the invoice, what would they pay for, what they won't pay for, how do you fight for your clients? Because I remember there's you called me, it's like, they don't want to pay for this. I say, look, use this formula. right? Use this formula, tell them this, tell them that, and then they will understand because they don't know. They just doing the paperwork, administration work. They don't know what's involved in designing a cranial prosthesis. And yes, you can do a pre-design, you can do a stock and build as well, right? But that because it's a pre-design, it doesn't mean it's going to be $1,000 cheaper. It all depends on the hair, the texture, the shape of the head, the size. What if you have somebody that's a trans? Their head is larger. So you have to take all of this in consideration. That's so with the book and using it to work with the VA or the insurance company, but then you need hands-on. The book is just your theory. It's your go-to. You need that hands-on. And when you take her training, she takes you through step by step how to become that provider, how to be able to work with the VA and to the insurance company, what business license you need, your sums, your damn DUMS. They made so many changes with SAMs and DUMS. And so you have to be updated on all of that. So I'll let Desiree close it out. If you guys have a couple of questions for her, because I know she have a client waiting, then I will continue to talk to you guys. Any questions for Des before she goes? We will also send you out Desiree's information.
Someone hand is up, Miss Gigi. Is that Precious?
Precious.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
All right, Precious.
I'm doing well.
So
I remember you.
I'm so happy to be here because I literally have been self-teaching myself how to braid alopecia hair. And I'm the #1 braider in Detroit, Michigan, but I don't like I said, the guidance or the right mentor for it. But Desiree, me and you talked earlier, which was crazy because literally as soon as I got the phone, a client inquired with me about getting braids, and she called from her work phone, and she works at the VA hospital.
Oh,
so
good connection.
Like, oh wow, that's scary. But want to know, see, I kind of joined at the last minute. I'm not sure what book y'all are talking about because I want to get it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And
it's a must. That's a must.
Definitely want to know if I'm able, like I spoke with you earlier, Desiree, if I can like do a one-on-one mentorship with you because I already have the NPI and all that stuff that's needed. Am I able to do that so we can properly guide me, or is it just best for me to just go ahead and do what you said?
Desiree would do a discovery with you. I don't want to hold up everybody else for your private consultation, but absolutely, you'll set up an appointment with her, and then she'll give you the steps and what she offers, as well as non-surgical hair replacement and also the insurance piece. But the book is a must. Like she told you, all of her students have the book. Before anybody could take any class from me, 90% of these ladies, experts that's on now, know they had to get the book in order to take the class. Your class is your practical, your hands-on, but the book is your theory, and you close the sale with the theory as your terminology. So we will also on Facebook, Desiree information, but we'll also do a follow-up email with her information. And Des, if you could put in the chat your website too, and make an appointment with her for your 101s. Is there any other general question before she goes?
I have a general question. I just want to make a statement that I have truly appreciated, and I just want to kind of piggyback. I reached out to Miss Gigi back in like 2023, and I was just in a place. I've spent money on taking course after course, but non-surgical, and I just kept feeling like I was just coming in a block. Like I just was spending this money, but I still wouldn't even understand what to do. And she told me, and I purchased the book. I've been reading the book, and I also purchased her
the base ring,
which I need to go back and get the density and everything. Is in. I remember she told me, she said, Miss Chambers, I paid for a consultation. She said, read that entire book, highlight everything in yellow that you don't understand, and then you call me back and we'll get there. So she wouldn't even really speak to me, like talk about to read this book.
until you
understand.
read the book.
And yes, ma'am, and I even have the workbook. And I was going through it, and it's very, very detailed. And like you say, I kind of had been off track because I was in college and finished, so I'm kind of like
Right.
in between. Like, but now that I've come quote unquote an empty nester, and I can focus on me, I am literally sitting here saying I got to come out of survival mode because that's where I feel like I've been. I spent my wheels, taking class after class, but
And
not
you're
really
not
knowing
the
how
only one. The
to.
majority of these ladies they
Uh-huh.
took classes, and then they
Yes.
got in my mentorship. They didn't take a class, they got in a mentorship and bought the book. The book will teach you what you don't know. And then
Mhm.
if you go to take a class with somebody, you know what you should know or what they should be teaching you.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what they should be teaching you, they can teach you anything. So that's why that book is so important. So you can
It's
ask
very
them
detailed.
educated questions about their training that they're offering you. Okay. So
Yeah.
the book right now, the book is still good. I'm revising it. I'm up to date because I did that book over 10 years ago, but in non-surgical hair replacement, terminology doesn't change. Base material, polyurethane will be polyurethane till Jesus come. Technology change. We use different words meaning the same thing. So a lot of technology has changed. And then I'm putting in everything like I've had. Don't lose your client because they're losing their hair. The All About Insurance, the book that teach you step by step doing the insurance claim, the VA, all of that is going to be in this curriculum book. So you have to buy this book, that book. The Mind Your Business CD, all your documents, your warranty, your guarantees, all of that you used to buy on a CD-ROM. Now all of that is going to be in the new book. So everything that you would buy a la carte is going to be in the new book, plus whatever new technology that they're doing, the 3D scanning, AI information. And not only that, the chapters that you read, I'm going to also do a QR code where when you scan it, it'll go to our replay videos that we did during the pandemic. We went chapter by chapter of that book. So the book is a must, and I'm not saying it because I wrote it, but I've lived this. I've lived it. And this is for you guys. You don't want to, when you bump your head, Desiree, I tell you, it's a very expensive bump because you have to eat that prosthesis. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to have to remake it, right? And sometimes it might happen, but it might be the factory fault. But if you can prevent yourself from making mistakes, and then you have a source to go to no matter what you're dealing with. Like she said, the Filipino hair. It talks about the different origins of hair. And you need to understand that. Because ordering a prosthesis, you just ordering hair. No, the hair goes with her lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Certain hair does certain things. So it's a must. It's a must. So with the pre-orders, which is going on now, well, since I have you ladies on, was wishing for June, July, to have this book shipped out, but it's not even to print yet. It's so many moving parts. I can't rush it because I want to make sure I cover all that I know to cover because this is the last book I'll be writing. It'll be my fingerprint to the industry. It's my gift to you guys. It's going to take you another 20 years using that same book and longer. There's very few things that's going to change in it, but it always is like, you can go back to it. Desiree.
I'm here.
Okay. So I don't know, is there any other questions for Des or, let me see, decline. I got a call.
And just to answer the question earlier, I always provide support to my students, just like Gigi. So when Miss Precious called me earlier, one thing I told her, the way she was able to get in touch with me today, she'll be able to get in touch with me tomorrow and next year as well. So support definitely comes with the course as well.
With the mentorship. Yes. And I see a lot of new faces on here, which you guys are not too late. The previous Zooms that we did, because we done the challenge for like 4 weeks, 3 different, every 2 weeks or every week we did a different one. We did the one on, Andrea did it on base materials. Tia did it on client interaction, and all of this is from the book. One did it on prosthesis design, custom ordering, and they all was talking from the book. So no matter what you're looking for when it comes to non-surgical hair replacement, there's something there that's going to take you where you need to go with non-surgical hair replacement. You guys have to be the expert. You can't be a me too doing exactly what your neighbor is doing. You got to stand out. How do you stand out? Your vocabulary is in that consultation room, because you're going to work yourself to death doing application. How many clients can you do a day? But how many consultations can you do a day? You can do 20 consultations a day, right? But when you move into non-surgical hair replacement, it changes your life, your whole lifestyle. You're not there as many hours, not there as many days, but you have to work your way to that, right? And you got to have a blueprint, a guide, as well as your classes, as well as the theory. You still have to have a plan to know when to pivot and when to make adjustment or when to add. You have to, so many services that you can add to your business. And all of these are a la carte services that's extra income that coming into your business besides putting them on, taking them off, cutting them and styling them. So it's very important that you have that blueprint and that guide. So hopefully the book will be going to print. I hate to say a date, but I'm thinking more July, August, because it's a lot of moving parts, a lot of licensing, using pictures and a lot of research. Because now this book is more of me researching, where the other one was more my experience, that I lived it, I went to it, I trained, I designed, I created. And so this is going beyond that to give you more. Any question?
And I do want to say that I see you guys taking, I see some people driving, I understand it, okay? But some people are taking notes, and note takers are money makers, okay? So I hope you guys took some valuable notes down. And for me personally, I want to leave you with, if you, just like Gigi said, application is one thing, but how many connections you can get. So if you know your numbers, you can grow your numbers. Now, Gigi has invoices from back in the day. They were $7,000 invoices. I saw them with my own eyes.
Yes.
And so, like I said, a lot of my students and I were from $3,000 to $4,500. But if you're doing $3,000 for about 32 to 34 people, that's six figures right there. Some people are going to see 33. Some stylists are going to see 33 clients and still not six figures. Right?
No way.
So this business, like she said, it does change your income, it changes your lifestyle. I have students reaching out to me talking about, saying crazy stuff about, I think I'm gonna have, I told my husband, if he don't propose to me again or renew the vows with me again, then I'm gonna have to leave him, because I'm a new me. And I'm like, girl, you done got that $3,000 one time.
It encourages you.
Yeah, but it's rewarding. It's rewarding for your
rewarding for
yes.
you, for your clients. That's what it's about. It's changing their lives. And then you say, well, how do you charge? There is a formula in the book as well. There's a formula that you can guide from. Everything is different. Everything is not tit for toe.
Right.
A formula, so you'll have understanding. So many people are losing because they're not taking into account their PG&E, their water, their rent, their mortgage, their supplies. All of that comes out of that cranial prosthesis. So it's not just all profit because you bought it and you retailed it. So you got to understand that formula as well.
Yeah.
I think if you guys don't have any other questions, Des' information is in the chat, and I would love to know each person, because it's a lot of new faces, Des, and I'll make sure that you get their emails, the ones that was on, that I want to know your name and what state you're from. And then we only got 10 minutes because the administrator, this is on live stream, is on YouTube right now and Facebook. And my administrator is working that, so I only got 10 more minutes. But I want to know your name and what state you're from. And are you doing non-surgical hair replacement? Are you a beginner? or you interested. Just it, not long. Just everybody say your name, your state, and you either in the non-surgical hair replacement business or you're just starting off and you want to know your direction. So let's start off with Ms. Chambers. You started a little bit. Your name, your state, and I know you have gotten stuck. So we're going to make sure that that is over. You're going to get some guidance and some direction and some training.
Yes, ma'am. Hello,
Okay.
everyone. My name is Shan Chambers. I'm a salon owner and I'm located in Louisiana. I've been in the hair industry for, I'll say 25 plus years. Like I stated earlier, I know information about non-surgical, but I've kind of been at a standstill and stuff. So now that I want to kind of pursue it full time, I want to be able to be more knowledgeable and, like they say, speak the language, not only just do it, but I want to be able to speak it. Currently, right now, it's a blessing for me if I do what I need to do because there's no one in my area. When I say absolutely
what
no
part
one,
of Louisiana is you in?
I'm in the Ruston area, Louisiana. So there's no one in my area really doing it. It's kind of like if I step into it, I'll be a blessing.
Right, and you got to step into it right.
So I want to
it's
step
going to
into it
blow
correct.
up really
I want to do it
fast.
the right way.
All right, Amanda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Faust. I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia, and I started
You
it.
gotta go. Desiree, you gotta go. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
she on mute.
Go ahead, Amanda. Okay.
Oh, well, I became stuck because of like Miss Desiree mentioned. I'm looking for a tribe. And you mentioned it too, Miss Gigi. For a tribe to do it the right way.
Yes,
Not because
yes,
of trend and because of the money. I truly want to help heal,
yes. Have
people
you had any
like
hands-on training?
just a little, not
Okay,
much. And that
so
was years ago.
you definitely got to get the book. So your
Mhm.
next training, you'll know what questions to ask, and you'll know if you're getting the training. Because
Mhm.
if you don't know, then say you can be
Right,
led
exactly. And I
off the
feel like I
cliff.
didn't get the correct training.
Yeah, it's bits
Yeah.
and pieces, but you'll get it all in the book, and then you'll take the classes.
Okay.
All right, Des.
Thank you.
Andrea. You're muted. Everybody unmute themselves so we don't have to wait for you to unmute.
I'm Andrea Robinson. I'm a non-surgical hair replacement expert. I've been certified since 2015, been a licensed cosmetologist for over 35 years. I'm located in Humble, Texas. And like Miss Gigi say, I've gotten her book, this book is your dictionary for non-surgical hair replacement.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked at a non-surgical hair replacement center, so I'm pretty versed on a lot of the non-surgical hair replacement services, so
Yeah.
that's me in Humble, Texas.
Yeah, and Andrea was going through the educators program. That's where she is now, moving into becoming a educator, which I offer educators program.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Fry.
Hello.
You want? Yes.
My name is Sheila Pryor. I am originally somewhat from Columbus, Georgia. I am in Kennesaw, Georgia at this time. And I spoke with you in Atlanta at I think it was called the Dream something. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Dream Team. And you ordered the
Dream.
book.
Yeah, I wanted the book and I ordered the book, yes. And I spoke to you several times. I haven't actually started it, but I am free now because I think I was telling you I was taking care of my mother for a while.
Right.
So I couldn't put the time in, but now I
Right.
have nothing but time.
All right. And she pre-ordered her book already too.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Fry.
Okay. Hi, Gigi.
Yeah,
So
I'm saying I know you.
I know you know Gigi. So this is my daughter's account. That's why you see the name Jaleesa.
You came to California.
I
bugged you for 10 years.
Yes, you did, Gigi. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You look wonderful.
And I fell off the wagon, Gigi. I fell off.
Well, come on back home.
So I sent you a personal. Is your contact information still the same?
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna reach out to you and I'll talk to you separately.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have all the stuff.
Everything.
I got
She's
it.
she's a professional student. She done took every class, bought every book, every DVD. I'm telling you. And I stayed on her and
You
stayed on
did.
her.
You
I
did.
did. I don't let you go. I don't let you go.
No, you did.
Yeah,
You did.
I
So
have
you
you
and I
on
will
video.
reconnect.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
reconnect. I'll
Yes,
reconnect.
God time is his time. You prepared. All right,
Okay.
Roberta, tell them where you from.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
That's another one. Took all the books, took all the classes, doing very well in her industry, in her business, running a non-surgical hair replacement business and doing very well, Roberta. Okay, now Detroit, alopecia, Paris, beauty.
English Gigi is Paradise of Beauty.
Oh, okay. You introduced yourself already, right?
Yep, I introduced myself a little
Okay,
bit.
all right. Before and after hair salon.
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
It says before and after hair salon. It's nobody's name.
Hey, Miss Gigi.
Hi.
Hi, Georgia Dent. How are you?
Wonderful. Tell us where you from.
I'm Georgia Dent from Mississippi. I've been in the beauty industry for over 20 years. I'm currently servicing veterans with surgical hair replacement. And that's where I am.
Okay, very good. And you're doing well in your business?
It's just starting to pick up. Yes, I've been doing it since 2022.
All right. Sound like the marketing piece, but make sure you guys, everybody, pre-order this curriculum book. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been doing it or if you never did it. It's a must. It's a must. Nicole, you want to introduce yourself? Okay. If not, Rita. Okay, you don't want to.
I'm from Anderson, Indiana. I've done a lot of piecemealing, so I can't wait to get my book so that I can be structured in what I do.
Yeah, you pre-ordered already.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I'm excited. I can't wait, wait for it to come.
Yes, ma'am. Rhonda is another one, my professional student. I won't let her go. Rhonda, I think, came the same time that you did to California. So Rhonda, we ain't letting you go. Rhonda's been trained and she's formerly is a nurse as well. So that just really helps her business a lot. But we're gonna get her when she retire. Reba, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm
another expert.
Pull up my camera.
Still taking classes. Go ahead.
Hello,
Reba.
everyone. I'm Reba Kennedy from Greensboro, North Carolina. Have worked with Gigi for some time now. And anytime she's on and she's teaching or saying anything in hair replacement, my ears are open.
Yes.
That's where my book came from. That's where all of the material that I use as far as the rings and the different things that you've provided for us to use. So I'm always open to learn even more that you have to.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you, Reba. I really am. She's doing well in her business too. It really blesses my heart for you guys to be successful. That is what this is all about for me. I've done it. Now I want to give it to you. And I don't want you to make the mistakes that I made. And then you can you'll take shortcuts versus what I had to do. And it's all in staying connected, mentorship, right? And having that curriculum textbook. You got to have it. And you got to have your ability. You got to have your connection to someone that you can share with and talk to. Everybody don't understand what you're dealing with. And this business, you need someone that you can talk to. And integrity is so important. It's very important because it's so easy to scheme and scam. But integrity will take you a long way. I still have people I design hair prostheses for. I don't do their hair, but they still have me order those hair pieces for them. After 30 years, I'm still ordering the prostheses for them. So that's the type of relationship that you want to build with your clients. All right, Beverly, you want to introduce yourself? Because we got 3 more minutes. Beverly Mitchell. I was just trying to see who was on. And then it's SRSLA. How you pronounce that? Okay, Rhonda, I see you. Okay, I guess they don't want to introduce themselves. So listen, guys, next Monday, same time, it'll be office hours with Gigi. So that's where we'll come on and we'll talk. I'll answer questions for you, especially the ones that's been stuck and want to know what directions to go to get unstuck and to go ahead and move and what God's plan is for your life, because he does have a plan for you. Your gift make room for you. And this is a gift. So doing hair is a gift. That's a gift from God. A lot of people go to school and learn things, but you guys, you have to learn, right? But you also have a gift. So that's an advantage, and your gift make room for you, but you got to position yourself. You got to position yourself. I'm into people doing it the right way, having a successful business, not a beauty shop, a successful business, running a system. So no matter if you're there or not, your system still work. Your business don't have to shut down because you had a back surgery, right? You got to put yourself in those positions, guys, to make that business work, no matter if you there or not, and to build relationships with your clients until you don't want to do it anymore. Not that they leave you because you didn't know what you was doing, or you used the wrong tape, or the wrong adhesive, or the hairpiece didn't fit, or the wrong type of hair. You didn't know how to design it. It's just so much. And we're going to talk about all of that. So next Monday and the following Monday. So I'll do 2 Mondays in a row, and it's called After Hours with Gigi. Okay? All right, guys. So thanks so much for coming on. The link is on the site, the email that you got to go to the website to do the pre-orders. I don't know how long that discount is going to stay. It should have been off, but since the book is not out, I said I'll keep offering the pre-order discount and save that money towards that book. Okay? So I'm going to say I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is too crowded. And Des, thank you so much for taking the time while you're in California to come on and share. So if you guys are interested, Desiree, I tell you, I recommend her as your mentor, as your insurance expert. I mean, the girl is doing it. I don't know nobody else that's doing all of that like she's doing it. You hear me? She has the information, the marketing. It's like I saw her marketing and I started telling some of my people, maybe you, Reba, about this young lady and how she's marketing for the VA. And I started saying some of the things. And then I met you, Desiree, and then I brought you in as an educator because I just saw her on Facebook. I said, oh, I got to get in touch with her. She got to teach my students. Yeah, I got to get in touch with her. Okay, guys, I can talk on and on, but it's going to shut down. So I'll see you guys at the top. The bottom's too crowded. And I'll see you next Monday. Same time, same place. God bless. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Okay.